it is Monaspa. Like, out of every Div 2 team, they are the aggressors. They are the teams that, or the team at least, sorry, that picks these Beastmasters, these Drows, these kind of overwhelming nuisance heroes. And I just look at this draft, it's like, this is a pretty good best of one draft. It's like, lane should be good, other than maybe the Beastmaster lane. It's aggressive. This DP flex hasn't really been that strong, because no matter what lane it goes to, it's going to be hard. So, yeah, it's going to be a scary game for Alliance, just because how aggressive Monaspa really wants to be.
Absolutely. But would you say at the same time, like, if Alliance, they're able to sort of withstand the laning situation and the early game against Monaspa, will Alliance's draft just be able to carry out this game as long as they don't lose their call early?
There isn't this innate CK illusion killing hero.
Okay.
So I think if CK can scale into the game, then he'll always be a threat to Drow. And it's more on the Pangolier and the Death Prophet to be the aggressors, to make the fight quite chaotic. Because Monaspa, if Beastmaster isn't able to stand up front, there isn't really that kind of wall to get through. So, yeah, I think Alliance will happily play out this game later on. It's just, can they get to that point? Because I think their lanes should be pretty weak, right? Mid Pango against Viper, you'd favour the Viper. Off lane DP into a Drow, you'd favour the Drow. So I think Alliance has a lot of work to do to kind of survive this onslaught, to then be able to play out their draft.
All right, well, let's see. So they're all going to be very, very exciting here. Monaspa, Alliance, D2 Hustlers. Only one of these teams can make it to Division 1. And we'll see who it's going to be. Well, the results of these best of ones we're going to have here today.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you don't qualify for Division 1 in Tour 1, then you suddenly can't go to the second major, which means all your TI hopes are on a third Tour success story where you get to the major, do all this, you know, top 3 shenanigans and stuff. No team wants to do that, especially on their pursuit to get to the next TI.
Let's see. I mean, out of these lanes, which do you feel sort of the most volatile, where like Alliance have to be the most careful not to feed away early kills because of the strength of Monaspa's duos or the mid lane?
Oh, I mean, already Spartan's kind of doing the opposite. He's trying to die in top lane, to be honest. But no, I feel like this bot lane is the most important one. I think Beastmaster, Earthshaker, not really got a lot of kill threat, but this CK into Mirana, right? It's click and stun, right? I throw my CK stun, you throw arrow, they can easily die. But it's all about level 2 advantage in this bot lane. CK is still yet to get there. But no, I think this bot lane is the most important one for Alliance. It's the one on paper that should be going their way, and they do need to find a couple kills to prevent Beastmaster from entering the game with confidence. Dude, Spartan is just constantly playing on a sliver of HP.
Yeah, he's teasing with them. He's got a nice full stick at the moment, pretty much. 9 charges and a Pharaoh Fire, so ready to go for those trades to the death if Alliance do start to battle him up top.
Region-wise, I'd say region-wise, S4 and Ponlo have just a little bit more region in regards to the tangos. And Drow didn't actually bring out any more region. Oof.
Spartan just trying to make sure that S4 and Ponlo use a lot of their resources on harassing him. At the same time ensuring that he doesn't die playing around the stick charges.
I remember in an interview with Nande, he was basically saying that like he really enjoys Spartan's gameplay because he's so aggressive. He tanks all the deaths in lane, so he always free farms. It's like, sure, that's some good logic to go for.
Yeah.
And I guess it's working out right now. It's 12-3.
No, for sure. I mean, you know, it's very close, but you can see already the 3 cores of Monaspa edging slightly further ahead than Alliances in these laning stage. As expected with the draft outcome. This is going to be a tougher time for Alliance in the first few moments of this game.
Yeah, I really think it's on Chuen to be able to kind of step up on this Pangolier. Sure, he's getting punished a lot in the mid lane, but when he hits 6, he's still going to be able to kill off this Viper with the correct support rotation. I think if Ricky and Mirana both collapse on mid, they can kill off this Viper, and as soon as Viper dies a couple times, and then the Pangolier gets to enter the game, that's when it's going to feel like, oh, wait a second, Alliance can get to that mid-game timing. So I'm really looking at how the Alliance supports are able to alleviate the side lane pressure to then unlock this Pango's game. But right now, as you're talking about the CS, we're not really going to see that map movement from Alliance right now because they are going to be locked into the side lanes of how aggressive Monaspa is being.
No, absolutely, yeah. Just focusing on making sure that each of their respective cores don't get kind of shut down
killed,
completely in the lanes, or yeah, exactly. 4 minutes in, yet to see any bloodshed. So.
It's a very passive start to the game. Like, I'm looking at this like top lane. Like, Drow didn't buy any additional regen. She shipped out a wand. Spartan only brought out 1 pack of tangos. So they really are just playing on stick and wand efficiency. And yeah, it's a product of like everyone's just chilling. Everyone's just hitting creeps, and
no, for
I
sure.
think this favors Monaspa just a little bit.
I mean, both teams, with the importance that this game holds, you can feel that risks aren't going to be taken early on. Playing very safe, just focusing on the creeps. Not wanting to be the first side to make a mistake. Especially, any time a game starts to reach sort of the 5th minute and nobody's died yet, you don't want to be the first to die.
Yeah.
At bottom lane, Hansken is going to be able to kite Desire here with the leap to the side. The stun back up from Charlie. Skylark, he's going to be the first to fall. Hansken will manage to get in and get that first blood. Desire also going to take a heavy bit of damage on the way out the lane. He's going to try and turn and trade back with Charlie, but Charlie holds his ground. He's not going to be able to, though. Desire will survive as Charlie ends up going down there for the attempt on taking down the Shaker.
Oh. Like, already Monaspa have been very cheeky of how they play in that lane. To prevent the CK Mirana feeling strong, they were always hugging the creeps together, so they couldn't ever get a clean arrow. So they were playing the lane quite nicely. But then, yeah, sure. After it, CK just steps up a little too much. Doesn't respect the fairy fire. Yeah, he's got tricks. He should be fine. Yeah.
It's getting a little harder to sort of stand around in this top lane now with the double Wraith Band out on Nande.
But you know Monaspa's focused up because they didn't tip or anything. Like, after
That's
Charlie
true.
died, normally they'd be a bit, gun-ho with, like, oh, let's throw a cheek one out. But no, they're really just lasered in right now to this laning phase.
Well, we'll see in the mid. I mean, he's a few creeps away off the 6. I mean, Wish is going to have his 6 now. Is this sort of at a point, can Chuen still play this lane, or is it getting pretty risky for him to hang around solo against the Viper?
So I think for Chuen, it's like I said earlier, as soon as he hits 6, I would love to see some supports come to mid, and then you kill off this Viper one time. Like, already, CS and Denies are heavily favoring Viper. Like, there isn't going to be a natural way that Pango can solo kill him. So I really think you need to just bring in the numbers. Like, if you look at the Viper, he's got a wand, a fairy fire, raindrop, plus a Wraith Band. Like, he's got so many cheap forms of survivability. It's going to offset Pango's kill potential in a 1v1.
Top. Gonna see them try and go for Spartan. They'll be able to try and get the lift up onto Ponlo, and that'll actually set up for Monaspa to take down Ricky. S-Force trying to stand his ground here, but Nande and Spartan may be able to collapse back in on him as the Siphons start to come to an end. S4, he's trying to get another Siphon off, but can he get a Crypt Swarm off in time? It's going to be up in a second. There it is, Nande. He's going to get taken out. S4 will manage to get the kill. The TPs are coming over. S4, he's immediately TPing out himself. He'll get away. He'll live. S4 gets away with the aggression there. Getting in, taking down Nande, and getting out.
That was proper nice from S4. And now because of this, perfect moves from Alliance.
See them make a play here, Chuen. A couple more bounces, and he should be able to have Desire taken down. Nice jukes, actually, from Desire, causing some issues. And in fact, that's going to mean that he's not going to get the kill. And tower hits isn't enough. He's bottling up. That last tower hit, it will do it. It will take down Chuen. So some nice movement there from Desire, making sure that he doesn't get soloed by the Pango.
I don't know if he hit the shield crash there, but that was... I really liked how Alliance made that play, because it's like DP's diving top, Earthshaker then wants to go mid because of bad TP from Viper. So then Chuen instantly goes for it, but yeah, just not hitting the spells there.
Skylark playing very aggressive here. I mean, he's trusting in the fact that he's got this armor from the Helm of the Iron Will, keeping him alive against the right clicks from these two. He'll be able to throw out another set of axes. The arrow's already been used by Hansken. Another stun is there. Doesn't roll quite high enough damage to kill Skylark. Needs a couple more hits from Hansken and they will be found. So Hansken able to take him out. Skylark, he's playing pretty deep on that lane on his own. So a risky position gets punished there by Charlie and Hansken.
And this is the perfect example of how one TP can ruin the team's early game, right? Viper goes to top, Earthshaker then goes mid for the 3 XP, which leaves Beastmaster alone. So because of this one S4 kill on top lane on Drow, pretty much every single, like 3 heroes on Monaspa shifted position, which then led to Alliance being able to punish it. So I love the fact that Alliance, after one play, was able to identify some weaknesses. And sure, the Pango did make this cool play middle, but what can you do?
Talking about people leaving lane, Charlie's been left on his own down here. They try and set up with the roar onto him. They don't have any further control, so Charlie will manage to step back. Hansken, he's swung back over and he's ready to help out. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Wish and Spartan, they're looking to cut off the, Chuen trying to join that bottom fight, or that bottom bit of action that Alliance may have looked towards. Monaspa, they're going to start diving. They know that there's no backup coming in now with Chuen out of the game. Charlie immediately TPs out. There's no place for him still on this bottom lane with the number of heroes that Monaspa are bringing down here. Hansken also able to TP out just in time before the poison takes him out. So Alliance, they will be able to cut their losses out there at the bottom, make sure they don't lose 2 further heroes. Of course, as a result of that, Skylight will be able to apply a heavy bit of pressure to this tier 1 tower now.
Yeah, and they're going to need to take this bot tower. This DP lane has already outed the Drow. You rarely see that nowadays. The 3.9k net worth on S4. Safe lane tower fallen for Dire. So, yeah, this Beastmaster falling behind the Death Prophet's kind of map pressure. And often Beastmaster is the one to take the towers first, is the quicker of the pushing heroes. So, yeah, I think Alliance should be pretty happy with how they've entered this game. But still, Monaspa will be hitting the team timing, like, imminently within the next 5 or so minutes.
See top, S4 continuing to feel very strong.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Going to be getting the mech, of course, going for those Greaves for the team as quickly as he can. And yeah, if his gold is to be considered so far, we can expect a quick timing on that.
Yeah, the only downside right now is Ponlo has heavily sacrificed his game by hugging this the DP for so long. He just hit level 4 at minute 10. Like he's probably going to need to steal the tome from his Mirana to get himself back into the game, because he's not got a lane to play right now. Like every part of the map from Alliance is getting shoved out by the cores. So this Riki is having a little bit of a starved game. Nice. Killing off the Beastmaster creep. Good old CK stun into arrow. 100 gold going to way of Hansken. Yeah, I think Alliance right now, they really are kind of stemming off the aggression from Monaspa. And I think Monaspa are just going to be a little bit uncomfortable because they're used to naturally taking the towers and feeling like they're in the lead at this point of their games.
No, absolutely, yeah. Alliance have dealt very nicely with what on paper could have been a very difficult laning stage. They've played it cool, and S4 having a very solid opening to this game so far. Good pressure on the top. Now he's ready to swing over to the mid. Use the Exorcism to apply a bit of damage here to the tier 1 and see what sort of response they'll get. They do get Monaspa pretty much turning up in full force. We'll see if they're actually able to slow down this push, though, because the tower's still falling. Getting very low, this tier 1 in the mid lane. Monaspa, they've got pretty much the 4 of them here, and Alliance, they're going to just go straight in. Chuen leads him with Rolling Thunder. Arrow connections there. They'll jump in with the Starstorm and bring in Wish out of the game, but S4 does get hit heavy by the Viper Strike. Too much damage for him to withstand. Can't keep himself alive with the Siphon. They got the Roar out to the side. Desire comes in with a nice echo onto the 2 of them, but not enough damage. Ponlo's still able to jump down to the low ground. Blink Strike away to break away from the stolen Siphon of Spartan. Still, the chase continues from Monaspa, and Spartan will actually be able to get the hit in there with the Fade Bolt. Still manages to be able to take Ponlo down. So Monaspa, they do lose the tower, but they are able to get a couple of kills, one of them being the big one, taking out S4, the most farmed hero on the map right now.
Oh, I just love Spartan's inventory in that entire fight. It's a stick, it's a windlace, and an observer. Like, he got a couple kills, so he's going to treat himself to, I think, some tranquils, but...
I mean, that's the thing. Look at his inventory. As you're saying, he's 2-0-2. He's got the best KDA on the team so far. He's just showing, he doesn't need the items. He just got to have the skills.
Oh, what a mad lad. No, honestly, he often plays with such a starved inventory. Like, he really cares about, sentries, resources, and these things. And sometimes it's at the detriment of his own game, and it can be an issue, but it's just funny to see sometimes. It's just Spartan such a unique player to others, bless him. And, but no, for Monaspa, it looked like it had been a really atrocious start to the fight, especially with the Viper getting caught by the arrow. Just the fact that they were quicker to bring in the numbers. Charlie wasn't really in the engagement, having to leave at the tail end of it. So, yeah, I think for Monaspa, good thing that they identified that they could take the fight, that Alliance wasn't in this insane timing. And, yeah, Alliance have to be careful. Like, just because they had a good exit to laning phase doesn't mean their draft on paper is meant to be the team making all these plays.
Should be fine here. Yeah, he's going to get the heal off from S4. Max popped. We'll see Desire and Scarlet playing around this area. And they know that Charlie is looking to farm. Hard hero to kill now, though. Charlie with the armlet done.
No, really love this itemization from Charlie. Like, you want armlets for additional armor against the drow. You want to be able to tank up from the aggression of Monaspa, and he needs to be able to join the fights. Like, if he went for a greedier item build to try and scale, he would have basically been a creep this entire game, and Alliance would have had no real map play. So yeah, I really enjoy the fact that he has just itemized for this. Let me join the fight when S4 calls for it. I can be there, and this tier 1 tower was maybe a little bit slow from Alliance in reality for what they were trying to achieve, but next time you'd expect them to be able to bring all the numbers required.
I'll see. I mean, what sort of objective do you think's next on Alliance's mind? Are they going to go for another push onto the towers, or will they be sort of thinking about trying to get a Roshan in against Monaspa?
If anything, they need to just dodge the fight for now. I think you need Chuen to get his Diffusal Blade so he can pressure the Viper or the Drow that he gets on top of, apply the slow, and then you also kind of want Ricky to be able to find some farm to get that 15-minute shard. At the current rate, it's going to be coming in around about 16 or 17 minutes, but...
Oh, Chuen wants to go for this.
I mean, Desire is heavily out of position. Yeah, this is an absolute freebie. Oh, Hanskin tried to steal it. Ooh.
He was thinking about it.
He was really thinking about it, to be fair, yeah.
But yeah, Chuen getting that kill. That's going to pretty much give him the money to get the Diffusal Blade out. Ponlo scouting out the action around this tier 1 as well, making sure the Alliance have good information in regards to how much Chuen and Hanskin want to stick around.
What? They just... Okay, sure. He just smoked and it instantly... Okay, fair enough, whatever. Was that a misclick? I can't tell. That was very confusing.
Ponlo's just been rather annoying for a minute.
I mean, did Monaspa even realise that what happened? Oh, okay,
well, one
smoke down.
It's just like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, I only bought one. Okay.
No, he's like, I dusted, guys. Don't worry, no one's here. Smile. Right, now they see Ponlo.
Now they see now they'll get him.
Ah, it was all a bait. All a bait.
He was getting away with being quite sneaky for quite some time around this area. They finally take him out.
Really good smoke kill there from Monaspa. Very clean, very clean.
It worked out in the end. It's a dead Ricky.
Yeah, and you know, Desire's very lucky. He got the RNG, got the Tumbler's Toy. We've already seen it in the mid lane engagement with that Echo Slam. But when you pick up Tumbler's Toy, you can actually go for your shard earlier on the Shaker. You don't feel forced to go for Blink. And honestly, I'm a big fan of Shakers just not going for Blink first. I think the shard option, utilizing Aftershock with your spells, it feels so nice.
West 4.
He's very...
Is he going to get away with hanging around as long as he is? It looks like he might be in a spot of trouble. He'll be able to get the silent sound of the two of them, but against these 4 heroes, nothing to be done on his own. S4 taken out there. I think he did have a +1 up there moments ago, but they'd already bailed out. S4 had been left behind and didn't stand a chance on his own, despite obviously the good timing he's got on the Greaves. That won't be enough to save you from that sort of situation.
No, not at all. I think if you're trying to find a silver lining here for Alliance, the other cores, you know, CK and Pango have been able to keep up with the net worth. All 3 Alliance cores are now in that kind of middling 7k window, just like Monaspa. And if anything, it's the Beastmaster who's had the hardest time entering this game in regards to his economy. I feel like for Alliance, they're going to be hitting a timing soon, where Charlie, he has Echo Saber. Potentially, he might want to join the fight. He might just use this to farm further, get the BKB, and then that'll be the big timing where Charlie's like, I want to enter the game. I want to win a fight outside Roshan, use that Axo to then take the Aegis. But yeah, I think for Alliance, they honestly can make plays. And yeah, you already see them smoking up. They have got a lot of timings, but unfortunately, as you see from the minimap and the trajectory that they're going on, not really going to be bumping into anyone straight away, unless they wrap back down into Spartan. But that's what Spartan wants to do right now. This is Spartan's life as a support.
There we go, ready to take the fight. And indeed, Spartan. The one to fall. See if Alliance can set up for more. Chuen getting a nice angle across with the Rolling Thunder. The arrow won't connect, though. So Monaspa not losing anyone beyond just Spartan here, off the back of Alliance's attempts. Ponlo still scouting out further action. He's got the sleep dart set up onto Nande. But Ponlo, he'll pay the price for that one.
He just disappeared.
And not in the good way, you know, as a Ricky. You know, he wants to disappear, but not like that. He's dead.
Mate. It's all the smokes that Monaspa's been forcing into Ponlo. He's a bit delirious. Poor lad. No, but to be fair, he's got that shard timing, and when the Rubik's dead, You throw out the dart, you hit the arrow, you can continue finding these quick plays, but it's always difficult in that location on the map when you're going from top side of mid lane into the bottom side. It's so hard to actually take the engagement deeper because then you're running into their high ground vision. It's uncomfortable. So I can see why Alliance kind of was like, yeah, sorry, Ponlo, you're on your own here, boss. And also it kind of helps this Beastmaster. He was already thinking about Skylark. He was microing his boars, his summons, just to try and get in front of that sleep dart target. And that's be something that Alliance has to be careful for. It isn't going to be the cleanest Ricky Murana game because there are summons and stuff for Monaspa to play around to cover from that initiation.
A very close game so far though. 6-9, 18 minutes, less than 1k gold.
I will say it's incredibly boring when I look at the POS 1 and the POS 2 for Monaspa, and the inventory looks like a mirror.
That's true, very similar builds.
And they have basically the items in the same slot, other than maybe like one Wraith Band. It's literally one Wraith Band difference. Oh, we really need Amdra. I'm not going to make a patch. It's just Viper and Drow. You rarely see them on the same team, to be fair.
I mean, you rarely see two people on the team buying Hurricane Pikes, right?
Yeah, that's also pretty true.
The double
it's like
Hurricane.
maybe... Yeah, to be fair, you don't really see Shadow Fiend plus Drow. Yeah, no, Shadow Fiend Viper, no, you don't really see that. Yeah, that's nice. Anyways, Monaspa, they really don't want to... I feel like this is the point of the game now that both teams realise that if they are to lose a fight or lose even a key hero, Roshan will fall. One team has Beastmaster, one team has DP plus CK, even the smoke screen, like it's difficult. But I'd love to see the teams try and butt heads at this point, especially for Monaspa. I feel like their draft really is dictating it, as Alliance just got hit by a 3-man stomp by a Centaur. So currently Alliance are losing to the jungle as they are pushed. We didn't see it on camera, but Hansking, S4 and Chuen all got hit by the Centaur creep.
Ponlo. Oh, the heals. They will save him. He's able to jump up to the cliff, but they've got the vision up there, so Spartan snipes him out with the Fade Bolt. See Chuen jump towards the pip. Oh, he's stuck! He's stuck! Oh, no! Okay, he's still able to get out with the swashbuckle, but a bit of an awkward time there with the Rolling Thunder, and Chuen, he's stuck in the pit. He's gone. He's dead. You know, they've committed with the exorcism, but Alliance, can they still take this fight? They're 3 versus 4 here. It's a bit of an awkward spot now for Alliance. Skylark, he's managed to wrap around, gets the roar off onto Charlie. Jump forward, lovely silence from Nande there. From the high ground, catching Charlie. Charlie trying to get away. And see if he's able to escape this. He's still being chased down by Wish. A little bit of toggling here with the armlet. He's going to opt for the TP out. Charlie will survive. So pretty big there for him that he was able to save himself. Was very, very close to dying. But has had to TP back to the base, of course. So we'll give a bit of space for Monaspa to look towards this Roshan, head into the pit. And, you know, it happens to the best of us when we're on the Panga. I've been stuck there before, T.
I mean, it is just a magnet for Pangos to get stuck to. But already Monaspa identifying no Exo, no CK ultimate. They're straight away into the pit, and this is already falling.
It's quick. Nande grabs the Aegis. Monaspa are going to be feeling very happy after that sequence of events.
What an awkward chain of events for Alliance. Like, you didn't see it on camera, but they got 3-man Centaur stomped. And then after that, Ponlo walked up to the high ground and insta-died. And then you had the Pangolier jumping into the wall. I don't think I've seen 3 more awkward plays at potentially the most pivotal point of the game for Alliance.
That's going to hurt.
It really does hurt, and it was so unfortunate for Alliance. I'd love to know their team comms after that Centaur, because maybe they were like laughing a little bit about it, and then suddenly everything else was kind of like a domino effect.
I don't think you can laugh in this sort of game, T.
I mean, it looked pretty funny, mate. I won't lie. But I really hope that they were able to focus up from that, because unfortunately it wasn't the best attempt from Alliance to try and win that fight. Everything felt quite disconnected, unlike Monaspa that really just positioned nicely.
On low. To get the dart off. Again, good gust from Nande from the side. Catches Alliance. Hansken will survive there with the smoke. We'll see Charlie try and wrap around for the backlines. He's going to take an Echo Slam to the face here from Desire. See if Chuen can control Nande long enough. He's got the diffusal, but not quite a perfect angle to get any further bounces across with the Rolling Thunder. He's got to run. This is not the fight that Alliance wanted to take. They don't lose anyone, but not able to take anything away from Monaspa there.
This shard from Zhao is doing absolute work. Like, the supports even show for a second they're getting hit by these frost arrows. On top of that, this double Hurricane Pike, this CK when he initiates, he's trying to kill the squishy heroes, but how is he able to lock down after that initial stun? And I think Josiah, he's been pretty on point, just protecting these cores, just throwing out the visuals of the Echo Slam. So yeah, right now Monaspa, they've hit their timing, they've hit their stride, they have the Aegis, and they are currently positioning in a way to unlock that aggression without any real punishment. But if it was Monaspa, they are destined for a deep dive soon.
Well, Fisher, catch on to S4. It's got to be careful. There was the stolen arrow heading the way of S4 there as well. Nearly caught him. Got to be prepared for that sort of play coming out from Spartan. You get hit by that, you're almost certainly going down.
I love the fact that Nande's actually going for the Manta style on the Drow. Let's see if there shouldn't be any aggression here. It should be fine. I feel like against CK, it's always such high value to have ways to just disrupt that initiation. Well, trying to leave this area for now.
Ooh.
Oh, dropping a fairy fire.
Fairy fire on the ground for distraction tactics. Ponlo, he's going to be the first to fall in this action. Chuen's going to turn his attention over towards Wish Wish. Good Hurricane Pike. Jumps across the wall to get into the pit and away from the Rolling Thunder. Nande's being closed in upon, but he has got that Aegis. Even if he goes down the one, so he won't. He's actually able to keep it protected. Gets up to the high ground. Spartan also still alive. Back in the pit. Skylight, he's got the roar onto S4. There's the Fisher into the stolen arrow. They've locked down the Death Prophet. S4's out of the game. Charlie manages to TP out just in time. Once again, Charlie being very good with the knowing when to call it and get out of the fight. A second time a TP will save him. Overall, though, Skylark being lost on Monaspa, but S4 losing his life as well. A 1-for-1 trade, and they weren't quite able to bring down Nande even the once. He got so close as well.
It was a sliver of HP. I didn't get to catch exactly how much HP the Drow had, but it was just like one right-click difference was all that was needed. Oh, Christ. Yeah, so unfortunate for Alliance, just not able to get this pick off. But to be fair, is expending your 9-second BKB on the Death Prophet good for an Aegis that was expiring in a minute and a half? I feel like for Alliance, they wanted a lot more from that engagement, but they just weren't able to localize the fight. Monaspa did a really good job just kiting out, from their Radiant Triangle into the river, then to the Dire Jungle. Like, they really dragged out that fight, so Alliance felt like they had to continue chasing, and yeah, that alone was probably Alliance's biggest weakness there. The need to always find that kill, and yeah, just didn't really come in the form of what they wanted.
Oh, for sure. We're seeing some like good usage of the Hurricane Pikes, to play around the terrain and make sure that Chuen just doesn't really find these easy opportunities to get him with the lockdown with his ultimate.
It's actually so annoying, I think, for Alliance to play this game, because they rely on pretty much Charlie to dictate who's gonna die. Like, everyone else can set up an engagement, Pango being disruptive, Ricky Morana hitting an arrows combination, but it's on Charlie to go, this is the hero I'm going to kill. If they die, we can win the fight. And it's very difficult just because of the positioning of Drow Viper. They both, like you mentioned, the Hurricane Pikes, they position so far away that once you even get onto them, like, you've had to sift through like a Beastmaster, some fissures. Like, it's not an easy moment right now for Alliance, and this was the concerns in the draft, was Alliance's mid game against this aggression from Monaspa. They need to overcome it. They need to get to like the 40-minute mark where they can play a completely different style of game, because this is Monaspa's window to take racks, to do whatever they need. Manta about to be complete on Nande, so now that initiation I was mentioning for this CK, when he jumps in, all Nande has to do is pop Manta, and now it's a 1 in 3 chance that CK guesses the correct illusion, or the actual hero, sorry. On top of that, Viper has BKB, so yeah, Monaspa incredibly strong right now in the form of Alliance's aggression. And you can already see that Alliance are just trying to skip around the map, not take the fight, and get to their next item. Like, Chuen, sorry, is going for a Shiva's Guard, for example. Like, you don't often see that. Blink Diffusal into then straight away Shiva's Guard. Like, he understands the importance of trying to win a fight in the next, 10 or so minutes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a difference that makes in the fight. As yeah, he will almost certainly have it for that next one. Just a few hundred gold away from the recipe.
Dire's bottom tower
I'm trying to think about the reasoning why. It's like, oh, hold on, we got a slam. Oh, bye, Ponlo.
Well, there we go, easy one for Desire. He'll take that.
So it's like with Shivas, I feel we've already spoken a lot about kiting from Monaspa, so of course the move slow from Shivas will be very helpful. The additional armor against Drow, when you're rolling around with the double ranged cores just right-clicking you throughout your roll, you die pretty quick, so you do need armor. So
there we go.
I think it's a pretty high value item, but yeah, Alliance smoked up.
And they'll get him with the jump. I'll commit the BKB to get that kill onto Desire. See them look towards Spartan. He'll try and swashbuckle up the high ground. Actually gets bounced up there by the Rolling Thunder. Still, they'll commit forward, but the roar's there from Skylark. As Spartan, he's just baited them in. A perfect bait there from Spartan results in the death of both Chuen and Hansken. Spartan with the outplay.
Absolute outplay. Swashbuckling perfectly to the low ground of the high ground, knowing he's going to get bumped up to the high ground to force the Pango to go deeper.
I mean, yeah, because that was the big break thing. He probably could have swashbuckled to the high ground, but, you know, he would tell you that he intentionally cut it short there.
He will say
so
that, yes.
Pango commits with the Rolling Thunder and then continues to chase up to the high ground, thinking that they'd have a chance for the kill. They didn't. And now Alliance 2 heroes down.
In reality, he just did the wrong range, but no, we shall commit with this. He knew what he was doing. He was a hype player. But these are the small plays that you need. Alliance falling victim to the need to find the kill. Once again, I feel like that was the storyline of the 1.5 minute Aegis fight in the top side. Now the same thing for this Rubik. They're so hungry to get something on the map, and it is their downfall right now. Monaspa just not leaving each other's side, just walking around 4 or 5 heroes at a time.
Let's have a look at this. We're going to see how long Roshan's going to be up in a second. What do we got? It's 2 minutes, so it's a longer one. So Monaspa will have to hold on to the lead a little longer if they want to just hold off and before they push high ground to get that Roshan. It's not going to be a shorter respawn, which would have definitely favoured them.
I do love the variability of Roshan, honestly. Like some teams get like the 13 seconds, other teams get it like the 3 minute, and you're like, oh, come on. It really is quite a fun concept, at least.
A concept, will it change in the new patch team?
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
Is that something you could change, or do you think it's kind of balance-wise, this is sort of the best spot to have sort of the map boss in terms of respawn and the randomization? I
like the randomization. I think if anything, Roshan should be stronger. I think it falls too easily. So that would probably be my change. And I mean, I'm always a fan of spicing up maps and locations of things anyway. So, but I also like the timing of Roshan. That's clean. Just everything else.
What
that
about
could be
a bit of
changed for
chaos?
fun.
You know, 1% chance that right-click insta-kills from Roche. Anyway, you get the gust here onto the 3 of them. Chuen, he's going to go with the Rolling Thunder to try and fight back into this. Over in the mid, though, I see them controlling Skylark. He's able to get the roar off. You know, Charlie went full in onto Skylark there to take him out, but couldn't quite do it quick enough during the stun of the Chaos Bolts. The roar's still there, and that means Charlie, he's going to lose his life in that trade.
Yeah, Charlie, he tried to dictate the tempo of that fight, but
see to the side.
Unfortunately not to work out.
S4's going to pop the Ghost. Going to put the Exorcism of the BKB there. We'll get on top of Nande. Nande being glimmered. S4 continue to do his best to stay on top of the Drow. Nande's in a lot of trouble. He's going to turn with a multi-shot, but he'll get taken out. Alliance. They found 2. S4 trying to chase forward for more. There's the slam from Desire. Trent getting low. See the disarm from the right-click passive hit. Also causing issues for Wish. Alliance. They've taken 4.
They're doing it.
He's off for the TP out. They got anything to stop it? They don't, but they'll be more than happy with this one. Alliance getting the 4 kills. I mean, S4 had some clutch plays earlier, started the game really strong, and now at this point just dictating the team fight, popping the BKB, the Exo, charging in with this Blink Dagger, and they just couldn't deal with it. Gets on top of the Drow, and S4 just completely ruins them. Yeah,
this was actually a really nice read from Alliance. Like the fact that Charlie throws himself in, but Monaspa used a lot of resources to actually kill off that CK, right? Multiple BKBs, the Beastmaster goes down, and then Alliance said, wait a second, guys, they have nothing. Let's just go.
And now
we're mentioning this Roshan respawn. Yeah, now it's up. This is, like, okay, we're going to see the highlights here, and it's uncomfortable for Monaspa, at least in the engagement. Like, you already see CK how he starts the fight, but Nande and Wish both use BKBs, and another fight has started.
Alliance, they're happy to try and take a fight outside of the pit whilst they, before they turn their attention not back on finishing Roshan. Monaspa, they have got everyone back up though, so maybe now Alliance can't quite get away with this Roche as much as they maybe felt that they could have. They'll indeed make the call to back off. They don't want to try and force the Roche now that Monaspa's all back in the game.
Yeah, not having Exo, that's probably your key tool to actually take down Roshan, so that not being available. But honestly, that previous fight, I love the fact that Alliance was able to identify their ability to go. You know, you mentioned the blink on the DP, Pangliz doing a lot of work with Shivas, multiple swashbuckles. So yeah, but I think both teams need to be super careful. Like, neither team has this hearty lead to lean back on. Like, one mistake and this map can collapse for either team. It really is who finds that initiation. And for Alliance, I feel They need to kite out the BKB Hurricane Pikes from Monaspa, then look to capitalize on the fight. So if anything, Charlie needs to be like a sacrificial lamb in this game. He needs to kind of throw his body in to bait out all these defensive tools from Monaspa, and then let the Pangolier and the Death Prophet just wreak havoc in the secondary fight.
Right, we go Alliance. We get spotted out by the Hawk. Monaspa know that they're still hovering around the Roshan.
All right, the last time Alliance was here, it was an awkward situation that occurred.
That's
this
true.
time around, they need to clean it up. They're going to try and win this game, win this best of one. This Roshan is critical for the future of this game.
They're starting on the Roshan, Monaspa. Teasing with it a little bit.
Quick update, by the way, on the Viper and the Drow. Just look at the items real quick.
Have they continued? Yeah, they absolutely have. Identical inventories
Identical
right now.
items. And the thing is, it's perfectly fine.
That is not an error on your screens. Do not adjust your monitors. This is what's going on. The same builds. And it's working. It's absolutely the build for these heroes in this sort of game. Both very tricky to kill with both having the Manta and the BKB between them. Roshan down to half HP. Monaspa, they're getting away with a lot of damage onto Roche.
This is a big wraparound from Alliance. Is it too slow, though?
I mean, if
S4 drew a
Monaspa
large...
full commit to kill Roche, they'll take it before Alliance get back in, but they're kind of slow on committing to finish it.
This is so awkward. It's really playing to Alliance's positioning right now. They now hold the high ground.
Yeah, but look at Desire. Desire's watching for a jump. We'll see already the jump's being made by Alliance, though. S4 in with the BKB and the Exorcism straight towards Skylark. Skylark will turn with the axes. Charlie trying to get past two of his own illusions to actually get in on the fight on this. He'll get caught by the Roar. He's just going to get straight up destroyed. That's Charlie out of the fight. Desire makes the jump over towards Ponlo. Catches the fish on both Ponlo and Hansken. With Charlie gone and the Exorcism soon to end, Alliance, they've got to back off. Hansken, he'll manage to TP away, but a bit of an awkward fight, honestly. Once again, Charlie was just trying to get past everything to get in on a target, and he couldn't. He was sort of just stuck, sort of scrambling around on the low ground, whilst Monaspa could reset themselves and get into prime position to just turn and shoot him down.
Yeah, Roshan fights are just not Alliance's friend right now. Like I like the idea from Alliance. You know, Podlo was doing a lot of work throwing these constant smoke screens into Roshan's, like threatening Monaspa's ability to take it quickly. You had this beautiful wraparound, but I think the initiation was a little bit off. Like, of course, CK jumping in probably would have been the best option, but Death Prophet jumped in first. In doing so, it kind of installed the run away from the engagement concept to Monaspa, and that alone allowed them to once again disengage the high ground. So Alliance, they wrap around, they control the high ground, they run into the river, but then they give Monaspa the high ground and take the fight there. So again, it's Alliance. They've had 2, 3, maybe 4 engagements now where they really are just chasing Monaspa, and it doesn't help out, especially when Drow Viper can disengage, turn around, and then just artillery from a better position, and that's why we're seeing CK go down time and time again.
Yeah, Charlie, he had a decent start in terms of farm, but now at this point, we're seeing with the KDA 1, 3, and 4, he's just not really getting to play his game in these fights. He's just not getting the chance to pop off.
And luckily for Monaspa, the Drow and Viper are going to go for different items now. Drow's looking for Skadi. Viper's looking for AC.
A strong push here from Monaspa, of course, at this stage. Buildings are not an issue for them. They take down the tier 3 up top. Nandate still a healthy 3.5 minutes on the Aegis.
They brought the illusion.
They got the illusion.
I think they've been so used to Ponlo just jumping into the fight that they Ponlo's kind of conditioned them to treat every illusion as a real hero now. Oh, and this is now the awkward part of the game. Look at Charlie, he's ulting just to farm, but already Monaspa pinging out the triangle.
Yeah. He's got to get out.
Charlie's having to run away.
He should be fine. Blinks out, and with the cover of the Moonlight Shadow, it'll be a bit too tricky to catch. So Charlie makes it away.
Well, Beastmaster's been left alone in mid lane.
Now that'll be a freebie. They will pop a lot for it. The Exorcism comes out from S4 here for that kill. See if they can turn that into anything else, but yeah, unlikely they're going to be able to run down to the tier 2, so that it's going to be the Ghost on cooldown for a couple of minutes now.
How poetic. The Fairy fight is still in mid lane by the tier 1 Dire Tower. The one that Nande dropped at the Roshan fight has now somehow moved to here. I don't know. This verifier is going on an absolute journey. Oh well, let's see if that one moves across the map anytime soon. I'll keep you updated, Owen. Don't worry. Yeah, unfortunately for Alliance, they actually couldn't really achieve anything after Beastmaster kill. There's no Roshan. There's no natural tower to move to. Alliance are moving towards top tier 2. I think Monaspa should just give this up. Beastmaster respawning in 20. This tower should fall. It's already half HP. If Alliance continue to try and make aggressive plays on the dire side of the map, that's when they should be careful, because EXO is on cooldown for 90 seconds. But actually, Alliance are just respecting the short respawn here. And probably disengaging from this siege.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TP's coming in from Monaspa. The Fisher setup. They'll drop the slam. Get that guaranteed takedown on Hansken.
That's a bit optimistic, but yeah. Nice punishment from Monaspa there. I do respect Desire's Earthshaker in the fact that he doesn't care about slam. Like, a lot of players would hold slam for a meaty 2-person slam, 3-person slam. But no, Desire, he sees a kill, boom. Slam the Ricky, slam the Mirana. Who cares? And it's probably it's mainly a product of this shard. Like, the shard actually gives you multiple ways to play out fights.
And do you like this from Skylark? It's going to go straight for, again, the Octarine done next.
Yeah, to be fair, I think this Octarine build is pretty fun once you get to 25.
Yep.
You have the Primal Roar cooldown plus an Octarine, and then on top of that, you then maybe get like the Spell Prism, which they didn't get, so unfortunate. What can you do? No, I like it overall. I think mainly it's just the cast range. I think Aether Lens on Beastmaster feels good, especially when his one job is to roar the Pango, or at least roar the CK from a defensive position.
Here comes the siege again down the mid. We've got the setup here. The arrow. Spartan able to grab Nande, keep him in a safe spot far away from the reaches of Alliance. Still heavy damage done to the tier 3 tower. We're seeing each time that Monaspa approach the base of Alliance, it's very hard for Alliance to be able to stop Monaspa getting something. You know, a lot of damage is done every time with each of these push forwards from Monaspa.
I do love the old fake back smoke. This is a pub classic. You know, you hit the mid tier 3, you step back a little bit. Boys, let's go smoke. They're going to run into us. Luckily for Alliance, they didn't fall victim to the most enjoyable call in Dota. They just hugged the higher ground. But Monaspa very well positioned to take any engagement if Alliance are to leave their base. Oh, the S4 actually completed the overwhelming blink as well. Didn't see that one. So now he's going to be a big boy when he enters the fight. He's going to just blink slow. Plus the Shivas. Monaspa, they have to be so careful. When BKBs are down, their movement speed is going to be potentially non-existent.
Absolutely.
From all this nuisance from Alliance.
Yeah, Nande's positioning's got to be top tier. You know, as the Drow, that's the one they want to close the gap upon. Nande can play the edge of the fights. He's going to feel super strong, but yeah, Vest4 can sort of jump in, get on top of him, and cause havoc against the Drow. Not going to be too much fun for Nande to deal with.
The BKBs at 7 seconds on all cores, actually, from Monaspa. So they're one fight away from having the shortest BKB. And once again, Alliance is smoking up Spartan. Ooh, taking it.
He'll take the immediate jump from that attack. We'll see Skylark put the BKB on his way out. Wish still holding on to his. He's been caught by the fear of the Siphon, but now pots the BKB, continues to retreat. Skylark, he's going to get left behind under the tier 2 tower. Apollo tries to jump forward for Wish, but Wish already up to the safety of the high ground. He'll be fine. Alliance, they get the 2 kills. Haven't quite got a creep wave with them. Creep still being held around the mid lane, so they'll head back to start bringing that over. Maybe by the time it's brought over to the tower, though, the exorcism is going to fall short. We'll see if they stick around to put any damage onto this tier 2. Doesn't look like they will. They get a couple of kills, but still not quite in a position to be able to achieve anything after that right now.
But at least Alliance is showing us how they can win fights. Yeah. It's that one critical smoke into we found you, we killed 100 to 0 you, and the Pangolier and Death Prophet, they need to be chaos heroes. They need to make Monaspa think about their positioning and think about retreating to a safer place. And that safer place is just not going to appear. And on top of that, Charlie then can make these cool plays where he jumps on, especially when Beastmaster doesn't hit the Primal Roar on the correct CK. That's when he instantly dies. So I think Alliance at least are kind of learning how they should take these engagements now. They've kind of had issues in the last maybe 10-20 minutes, but I think this fight in itself should be an indicator that Alliance can successfully take fights. And for Monaspa, they need to respect positioning and vision so much. Like, their draft it does fall, like it falls to chaos. Like I think we mentioned, it's like the 5-10 minute mark in this game. It's like 20 to 40 minutes. Monaspa should be vibing so hard, and then eventually Alliance will have so many items that this Beastmaster can't be the only front line, and Monaspa's draft will start falling off. And we are seeing it very slowly here, but still both teams haven't been able to build a big lead, haven't really been able to have a large grasp on the game. We've seen this before from Desire.
He'll slam a support every time. This time round, might not get him the kill. In fact, it might just get him killed. As Alliance collapse back in upon him. Trent looking to move in under the tower. Wish has to put the BKB. Turns with the Viper Strike. Skylark wraps around with the Primal Roar. They've got the lockdown to keep Trent controlled throughout his ultimate. Now they turn their attention over towards S4. He tries with the BKB TP out, but the damage is too much here from the Drow. As Nande able to make sure that S4 will not get out alive. I mean, the slam didn't end up doing much, but in sort of the long term, it did end up baiting Alliance in and causing the death of two of Alliance's biggest cause there. S4 and Truen going down. So I think Desire, he'll cross that off as a success.
Yes, that's worth. And Monaspa, it's 1 minute respawn, both have buybacks. They need to run down the map and maybe force these buybacks out, because it means that Roshan fight in a minute's time will be even harder for Alliance to fight with confidence, knowing they don't have that second life to lean onto. I think, yeah, Alliance,
Let's have a look.
The best of one is going to get into a little bit. Really trying to force their hand.
I mean, what's likely to come out here? Will both Truen and S4 buy back?
I mean, there's no BKB on S4, so it's an uncomfortable buyback nonetheless. They might have to.
They've got themselves in on top of Nande, but Nande's able to step out to the side. There's the first buyback coming out from Truen. Still the pressure coming in from Monaspa. They know there's still 20 seconds without S4. The melee rack's been taken out on the top. The fortification comes out from Alliance. 15 seconds. S4 really not wanting to commit the buyback. And that does mean they will indeed lose 2 full sets of racks here that Monaspa's able to take.
They're even pinging bottom. Wait up, please. Now this is a Monaspa play if I've seen one.
They want to keep it going. And, ooh, nice block there, Wish. Gets him to block the arrow connection. Still the Truen's in with the Rolling Thunder. He's going to get caught by the Roar. The Roar sends up Fernande to turn his attention over towards Truen. Trying to do the damage. Truen's up to the high ground. Truen will live. He gets away. Charlie wrapping around from the side.
Stolen arrow.
Towards Nande, but there's a long stun here that's hit onto Charlie. Indeed, he's just completely taken out of the whole fight. He'll buy back immediately. Wish turns towards Handscan. Him and Skylark able to bring down the Mirana. Charlie back in action. Jumps in, has the control of the Skylark, but there's the ult coming out for Desire. In fact, Skylark's still alive. S4's going to go down. He's out of the game for 80. It's 3 down without buyback.
This is over. It's over.
I think this is game T. As with that's it. It's this game one is this best of one. It's going the way of Monaspa. They've got the win here. Well played to Monaspa as they will take this first best of one of the tiebreakers. It just became a little too much for Alliance T and Monaspa.